Finally, nice weather. Well, anyways, we're gonna jack the front of the car up and get both wheels off the air, at least most of the weight off. Put the emergency brake on, and then maybe block the wheels. But yeah, we're just gonna bleed the air out of the power steering system, and that's by turning the steering wheel back and forth, lock to lock, about 10 times or so. That'll force all the air into the power steering reservoir. So let's get cracking. There's the new pump. Got it most of the weight off the ground. Let's go ahead and start her up and run the steering lock to lock. It's getting a little less noisy. And just do that for a few more times. It should be good. Okay. Take her for a bit of a drive around the block. I think I got all the air I can get out of this thing. I think it's just a noisy pump. But oh yeah, it's actually a lot better. It's not as noisy. Still has a break-in period of about 500 miles. Just to let you know. So you might want to keep doing that for a while until you make sure you got all the air out. But I think it'll take a while of driving for it to kind of break in and fix itself, which is not as noisy. Power steering's nice though. That's a lot less noisier. In fact, it sounds like the old pump. The old pump wasn't noisy as much. It wasn't like it was falling apart noisy. It was just, it was making the engine idle weird. And it wasn't cool, you know. In my case, this thing kind of goes when you make a left turn, so I'm going to make a few left turns here. Oh yeah, it's definitely getting quieter. I think it's better to bleed it with the air cap, the cap off, because I did that for a few minutes and it quieted down a little bit more. Let's make another left turn here. Okay, now it's like normal almost. I think it's still got a tiny bit of air though. That's the one thing Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. It's bleeding the power steering. But it's easier than changing the pump. Jeez, that was a bitch. Another thing this car needs is new hoses and a new rack. Mentioned that quite a few times. Alright, we'll take her back home and call it good. But yeah, again, 500 miles and it'll be back to normal. It'll break in. Yeah, the power steering's a bit easier. It's almost like the Flex power steering. Not quite, but as a front end, this thing's heavier, so it's not as easy. A lot less noisy-ish. I think I'm gonna put it on the jack again and bleed it with the cap off. Or just call it good and let it work itself out, because I think it's good. If you have any comments about this, let me know. And I'll take them and I'll consider them.